Metayer-Everett, representing the sober people of Fort Wayne Beach High School. And today I present to you Chemical Romance. First, Saturday night thing. When you feel cool like a gangster or a rock star. Just something to kill the boredom, you know? They call it a chippy. Small habit. But it feels so good you start doing it on Tuesdays and then Thursdays. Then it's got you. I wish I could say I don't miss you, but I do. You were the one who stayed through the good, the bad, and the ugly. But instead of curing my fear of abandonment, you gave me another reason to have it. You broke my trust. You gained my trust just to break it. So I wish I could say I don't miss you, but I do. Drug addiction, also called substance use disorder, is a disease that affects a person's brain and ability to control the use of legal or illegal drug or medicine. 46.8 million Americans age 12 and older struggle with substance use disorder. As an addict in recovery, notice the words disorder and disease that highlight the extreme suffering that an addict may deal with. As an addict in recovery, I want to take you on the roller coaster that is addiction. So please enjoy my piece entitled Chemical Romance, including the pieces Tight Line, Butterflies, and I Wish by Corey Jane Spalding, Drugs by Matt Dove, I Love You by Faye Jarvis, Leonardo DiCaprio in Basketball Diaries, and an article from National Institution of Drug Addiction. Loving you was lovely. We danced on a tightrope thousands of feet above the ground. It was nice up there. We kissed on the clouds and we spoke to the birds of the sky. And I kept my balance pretty well. Do you remember staying up till 3 a.m.? I had to work the next morning, but I didn't care. I think I care now, though, because most nights you say goodnight before midnight. And I have nothing I need to say. I just wish that you wanted to stay. Your love makes me feel like myself. When I feel empty, I make up for my absence by drowning in your presence. The butterflies you gave me were poisonous. At first, I liked them. They made me feel like I was floating, carried their wings up to my ribcage, and made breathing harder when you were around. You told me that this is what love feels like. You told me that this is just what happens, where the passionate honeymoon phase, where the shallow love is replaced with real connection. Companion love. Love that really stays. When they first use a drug, people may perceive what seems to be positive effects. They also may believe that they can control their use. But drugs may quickly take over a person's life. Over time, if drug use continues, other pleasurable activities become less pleasurable, and the person has to take the drug just to feel normal. Loving you got lonely. I feel empty when you go, and even cooking is lonely when you are not here, so what's the point? How can I be an entire person? But I don't remember the last time you told me out of the blue that you loved me. Not because you aren't in love, because you assume that I know that you love me. Maybe it's not worth repeating. Maybe we just know. Or maybe you didn't notice. I started looking down. I got scared and oh, you held on. Although I missed when you dipped me over the skyline, loving you got lonely. But I was okay with it. I watched you. I love to watch you dance. But my hands got sore from holding on and I wanted down. But before you let go, you grabbed my ankle, and we fell. The initial decision to take drugs is typically voluntary, but with continued use, a person's ability to exert self-control can become seriously impaired. This impairment of self-control is the hallmark of addiction. But then, it's too late, and you'll know in your heart that you are mine, and oh, we shall not part. You'll regret that you tried me. They always do. But you came to me, not I to you. You'll lie to your mother, and you'll steal from your dad. And when you see their tears, oh, you ought to feel sad. But you'll forget your morals and the way you were raised. I'll be your conscience. I'll teach you my ways. Do what you have to do just to get high. The crimes you'll commit for my narcotic charms, oh, they'll be worth the pleasure you feel in your arms. I love you, I love you, I love you, I love you. I still say I love you out of the blue every day. I know the constant desire is the infatuation stage, and when it solves, I'll start to crumble. Drug tolerance occurs when somebody abuses a substance over time. When someone continuously abuses a substance, their body becomes used to it, meaning the drug will stop having as much of an effect. When someone develops a tolerance to an addictive substance, they'll begin taking higher doses to get the same effects as before. Taking higher doses of a substance may lead to many negative consequences, such as mental health conditions, physical or psychological dependence, overdose, and death. The butterflies died. I think people started to notice that I was decaying. Something inside of me was dying. But then, something else happened. My body became dependent on the venom. I don't think that love is supposed to feel like suffocation. Butterflies that bite and make you feel sick are not a sign of love. The constant movement began to make me feel anxious. And one day, the butterflies, they got bored. Starting to bite when you weren't round, sucking every emotion out of me. I needed you. I needed to be around you, or else I would feel nothing. I'll control your mind. I'll own you completely, and your soul will be mine. The nightmares I'll give you while lying in bed, the voices you'll hear inside of your head, the sweats, the shakes, the visions you'll see. I want you to know that these are all gifts from me. But then, it's too late. To tell you the truth, drugs are probably the only reason I haven't killed myself yet. Loving you was lovely, but I missed the honeymoon stage. Why can't we have both? Companion and infatuation. Do you miss it? I hope one day I find butterflies that dance in my stomach. I hope one day I find love that makes me feel sober and not like an addict. No longer will I be captive to your power, numb of thought and emotion. So, here I am. Tell you this little rhyme. Life keeps getting better, one day at a time. So, when you think you are going insane, remember, there is always sunshine after the rain. Thank you.